Welcome back to the Beat Factory 313 War Story Podcast, and I'm your host Juice. And today we got the women behind bars with us. Let them know your name, sweetheart.
How y'all doing? My name is Keta.
Hey, Keta, how you doing today?
I'm all right.
I'm glad you called today. Let the chat know how we got here today, Keta.
All right. Well, I'm kind of like a recovering addict. So I'm a crackhead growing up in the hood.
Okay.
I killed my dude 18 years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. But in the midst of me trying to do right, because I had lost all my kids in the beginning of my young days.
I'm sorry to hear that. How many children you have, Keta?
I have 6 kids.
Okay.
5 girls and 1 boy.
Okay. And on that day you got this case, what transpired on what you could tell us about it?
Okay, so I had been clean for 5 months trying to get my youngest daughter back.
Mm-hmm.
They was trying to fight for custody.
Okay.
So that day I had just got paid, called myself going to the doorman to pay my little bill off. Mm-hmm. So he wouldn't be looking for me, because you know how I go.
Right.
If you ain't paying your bills, then they coming for you.
Right.
And I didn't want to be walking down the street and somebody pull up on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I called myself going to pay them off, pulled up, paid them off, but because I'm a good customer,
mm-hmm.
he gave me something for free. I'm not strong enough to say no, so you know what I'm saying. I took it, went back to the crib. My dude was at work. Me and the baby in the house. I'm just doing what I'm doing. He come back, get into an argument because I was supposed to be clean. He fell asleep on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And horror just happened. My mind blacked out. When I came to, he was on the floor dead.
Man, had he put his hands on you? Had he put his hands on you during that argument or anything?
Not during that time, no. But he had done it in our relationship. Mm-hmm. I've been abused my whole life, so
I'm sorry to hear that, Keta.
Just another relationship that was abusive, and that day, our argument just took me to another level. I envisioned every other man that had put his hands on me in my life, and he got the brunt of the, you know what I'm saying, the straw that broke the camel back. That's what he did.
And with Court, what happened with Court? So you say when you came to, he was laying there in a pool of blood, and
I called 911, and I sat on the front porch and told them if they can find a safe place for my daughter, I would tell them everything they wanted to hear.
Oh, so your daughter was there at the time?
Yeah, my baby. She was 5 months old.
Oh, okay. And so what happened then?
So once I got arrested, I went to court or whatever. They had to see me through. They wanted to see if I was competent to stand trial. Of course, I'm smart. I'm just mentally. I have a mental problem. I have impulse control issues. So they offered me a deal. My grandmama told me, look, I need you to take this deal, because if you don't, I ain't going to survive to see you come out of prison. They offered me a deal of 12 and a half to 22 and a half years. So when I got sentenced to 22 and a half to 40 years.
Oh.
I'm on my 18th year right now.
So how they get that off? If you took a deal for the 12 years, how they go over the 12 years as your minimum?
So because they're only going by my guidelines, the lowest they could have gave me was 12 and a half, and I thought that was what it was. But in reality, they can go as high as 22 and a half.
Oh, so they
took me at the highest point. Yeah.
Instead of saying it wasn't like it usually be, hey, you can cop to this two. The prosecutor say take this two, and
right.
No, they just gave you a roundabout, and you thought it was a set number. And so, what your lawyer say? You ain't tell your lawyer you were contested.
I tried. I did the appeals. I tried to get back, and none of that worked for me. So in reality, I was just like, well, at least I ain't get life, because I did do the crime. You know what I'm saying? I ain't denying that I did it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So at least I get a second chance at coming out.
Okay. And so during this time you've been incarcerated, have you been in contact with your children at all?
In the beginning of my bid, I did,
Mm-hmm.
but as they grew up, they feelings got it. You know what I'm saying? They realized how hurt they was because they felt abandoned.
Right.
Of course.
Right. Yeah.
But
I
and
understand
then most
that.
of my kids ended up going in addiction.
Okay. So what you develop now? Where you at with it now? You say you got 18 years in?
18 years in.
Mm-hmm.
I got 4.5 left. And in that time, I mean, I realized that what my struggle was out there
Mm-hmm.
is not what I got to be when I go out, when I get out of this time. You know what I mean?
And what
I've
you go?
never been in trouble with the law ever in my life.
Okay.
So I had no idea about what life was behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, for the first 10, 15 years, I played around, bullshitted a little bit, but it was time to get serious the closer I got home.
Let the people know where you from. I don't think you said where you was from, sweetheart.
Oh, I'm from Flint.
Okay, tell us
Flint,
about.
Michigan.
So let us know about your growing up in Flint. So this, you
Ooh,
think you
Lord.
were a prodigy of your environment?
Yeah, pretty much. I grew up in the hood. My mama was a crackhead. My daddy did 15 years in prison for attempted murder.
Mm-hmm.
I really bounced around all my life. You know what I'm saying? I was a child of the state.
Mm-hmm.
Even though my mama had siblings, none of them wanted me. I grew up, I was 14. I got with a dude that was abusive. I was with him for 4 years because I couldn't get away.
Mm-hmm.
Had 3 kids with him.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just kept going from man to man, trying to find that, I guess, that father figure or whatever it was, somebody to love me.
Mm-hmm.
And it never happened.
So,
but I got one good story that I can tell y'all that's about changing your lifestyle.
Let's hear it, sweetheart.
I was 25 years old when I first started getting high.
Mm-hmm.
Started smoking crack.
Mm-hmm.
Within the next year of that, I was on the corner selling my body.
Mm-hmm.
Turning tricks. And I wasn't even turning tricks for money. I was turning tricks just to get high.
Mm-hmm.
So this one specific time,
mm-hmm.
I called myself hanging out with some friends that I knew,
mm-hmm.
and they roofied my dreams. I came to realizing that I was being gang raped by 5 different men.
Get out of here. Yeah. And so, how you think you ended up? How did you end up using? I know you said the age, but who introduced you to getting high on crack?
Well, at the time I was married, and I found out my husband cheated on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove back to Flint because I was in Georgia at the time.
Oh, okay.
And I told my best friend that I needed something to get my feelings. And she was doing cocaine. So she offered me a line, and that's the start of it.
Okay.
And then so I just kept doing cocaine until it wasn't doing what it needed to do for me. I couldn't forget the pain no more.
Mm-hmm.
You have 1 minute remaining.
You got to call back too. I want you to because a guy from Flint called from the man's prison, and he was from Flint, and he was speaking on me and him got to talk about Juice, because you know my name Juice, so we got speaking on Detroit Juice, because I know Detroit Juice. Well, did you know Detroit Juice them down there, and that the situation that arose in their case?
I didn't know him,
mm-hmm.
but I was told. I heard, you know what I'm saying. I was third partying it to the people, but I didn't really know a lot about it.
Okay. I want you to call back too. Did you? Because everybody keeps saying it was dirty police involved. Is that the same thing you was hearing about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you call back and we can finish on your story too, sweetheart. And then and if you got any talents, let the people know, and you can share your talents. Sing, rap, you feel me? Poetry.
I do a little bit of writing, but I'll pull that up.
Okay, bet. We'll be waiting on your call.
Thank you for using GTL. This call is from a correctional facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. 3-way calls are strictly prohibited in a violation of NDOC policy. Thank you for using GTL.
Keta.
Hello?
So what happened with them crooked friends of yours? You was talking about them 5 friends of yours. I was getting back to that too.
Okay. So so I was hanging out with them. And
where you know them from?
The hood.
Oh, okay.
On Wood Street.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I used to turn tricks with them and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was gonna be a little get high party. So me, the girl, 2 dudes, get in the car. We on our way to the hotel room, and we stop and get some liquor.
Right.
Got Parmesan, some what's it called? E&J VSOP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we sitting there, and I'm sitting in the front trying to get comfortable.
Right.
Somebody passed me a drink. As soon as I take a drink, I think I'm doing real good. I'm smooth. I'm handling it. Next thing you know, I start passing out. I'm going in and out of consciousness.
You ain't say nothing to the other girl?
No, like I don't even remember what happened. Like in between
Oh, they Bill Cosby you.
Yeah,
right.
In the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
The next time I came to, it was 4 dudes like holding me down. One was doing it. The other one was raping me. The other one had a video camera watching me. Like I was a whole porno show.
And the other girl wasn't there?
Nobody was there. Just me and the 5 dudes. I don't know where the 5 dudes even came from. I got in the truck with 2.
Right.
So I couldn't get away. They were holding me down, in and out of consciousness.
So you
Long
didn't.
story short, I came to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on my way. They sleep. I'm looking at the TV, and it's a video of me being fucked.
I'm sorry to hear that, sis. You went through something like that. So you didn't go.
I grab my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I grab my clothes. I leave the hotel room. Walk as far as I can. Call my daddy. My daddy told me I deserved it because I shouldn't have been going nowhere getting high with nobody anyway.
This what your father said?
Yeah, that's what my daddy said.
Get out of here. That couldn't have been. You couldn't have been my daughter. You feel me? But I'm gonna leave that there. But I'm sorry he didn't defend your honor and your respect as a woman. You feel me?
I mean, that's what I'm used to though. He ain't never been a part of my life. So I end up in the hospital on the psych ward.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I stay in the psych ward for like 3 days. On the day I got discharged, the psychiatrist come to me and tell me, all right, I'm going to get you discharged today. Oh, and by the way, you have HIV.
Get out of here.
That's the day I was diagnosed with HIV, January the 4th, 2003. 2004.
2004. So you've been living with HIV? You got HIV?
Yes.
So did you tell them what happened to you at the hospital when you got to the hospital?
Yep, that's why they tested me. Yep, they called the police. The police went to the hotel that I had told them where I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And they only got 1 guy, but he ain't say nothing. The hotel room was destroyed. But nothing happened. Just like all the time, you know what I'm saying?
So shoot, they supposed to have they didn't do a lab kit and all that.
They ain't do nothing. They ain't care about none of that. And I mean, nobody's pushing it. I'm just a hoe from the street, so I got what I deserved.
No, nobody deserves no death sentence like that. You feel me? You was trying to survive. I don't knock nobody. I'm sorry you had to go through that, but these some of the things that we subject to when we brought into this world and being born into poverty from our ancestors. Right. It ain't been equal since our ancestors been brought here, but been taken to captivity. So it ain't in a fair shake. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry you went through that.
It still ain't fair shake. It still ain't the same.
No. So
you look in this prison, it's all nobody but young Black individuals that had nowhere to go, didn't know how to survive, wasn't taught nothing.
What you would like to say to some of the ones that's listening, to some of the young people that's out here wanting to get off the porch, wanting to get into the street life? Because everybody ain't want to get in the street. Like some of us, it was we ain't had no say, so we was born into it. So what you say to those who got choices, but they decide to be in the streets? Because we know very well the streets ain't what it is.
The streets is not what it is. It's always, this is what I tell people. if you going whatever it is that you're gonna do in life, make the best choice possible. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have no choices in my life. I didn't have a choice to get raped. I didn't have that choice to say no. I didn't have that choice to accept the fact that my dude cheated on me or that these men were abusive to me. I didn't have a choice because that's all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
So education is the most important thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of way, find a way to get some education. GED, homeschooling, online, it don't matter where it is. Education is the key to success, period. That's the only thing that I can say, because if I would have been properly educated,
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be where I am now.
Tell a person how to get the resources to get help. Have you learned how to get certain resources that you could use for assistance?
Well, for me, myself, in the next couple of years, I'll be out, and that's my job right there.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to open a transitional living center for young youth so that they can have somewhere else to go instead of going to the street. They can come to my community center,
mm-hmm.
where they can get food, clothes, education, resources, training for jobs. You know what I mean? Even
right.
young children, 15, 16 years old, you can get a work permit.
Right. That's what's
good.
So have you
participating in the success in your life?
Have you been reaching out to them type of resources where you could be established for that upon your release? So you could set up your get your grants and stuff together where you could start that, because I'd like to see that get going. You feel me?
At this point right now, I am currently working on my bachelor's degree in business management.
Congratulations.
I got my associates already.
You got your associates. Congratulations.
Thank you. My next thing is building my business plan so I can know exactly where I'm gonna put it, and I want it to be as close to the neighborhood where the kids need me most. You know what I mean? Right. In Flint, there was a Berkshire field house.
Mm-hmm.
I want to rehab that whole center
mm-hmm.
and open it back up to the youth, because right now that's where all the dope things are.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So I want to rehab that and put it in the middle of the hood and show success.
That's what's up. And would you like to say something to your ex-boyfriend that's on your case that you locked up for? Because you don't recall doing it, you didn't mean to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is to his family. I truly apologize, because the crime that I committed, he died from 19 stab wounds and 19 blunt force trauma to the upper body and head.
Mm-hmm.
It was overkill. You know what I mean? I in the process of my crime,
mm-hmm.
I didn't even know. I felt like it was raining on me. That's how blacked out I was.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no excuse. I'm not saying that he deserved it. What I'm saying is, I lost my focus at that time. When I came through, I just had to make it right, and to the best of my ability, which was turn myself in.
Right.
And at some point, I hope that his family, his children and grandchildren will forgive me.
Knowing that you were sick at the time, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And you stepped full responsibilities. Was he using drugs at that time with you?
No.
Oh, okay.
That man only wanted to save my life. In reality, he was abusive because he didn't know how to express his emotions. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I can't make excuses for him being abusive, but I know what his heart was.
Right.
Yeah.
He was just, we subject to the not being taught, you know what I'm saying? Not having counseling and stuff. Have you did programming in there, like impulse control, or any of them type of programs?
I've done anger management.
Mm-hmm.
I have done actually, I'm a recovery coach at this moment.
Okay, that's congratulations for that.
Mm-hmm. And I do like peer support to people, try to offer my advice and my experience to people. You know what I mean? Which is how I ended up getting hooked up with this number, is to try to share my experience.
I'm glad you brought yourself to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? After all you've been through, be able to share it with a bunch of strangers. You know what I'm saying? I respect that.
And I know it seems like you can kind of tell, because I'm kind of like a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the shakiness of my voice, but maybe as I go on, I'll get more comfortable because there's a lot more to my life.
That's what's up. Well, you know, you always
that
come.
led me to where I am.
Right. I want you to come back and always talk to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, they not listening. There ain't too many people trying to reach them either, though. It's so out of control out here on these streets. So that's why I was asking you what you being faced with them coming in there, because I know they catching cases left and right, and they don't understand. They got them thinking the drugs that they doing is hip. You know what I'm saying? It's designer.
And then here it gets worse. This is like a world and a community in its own bubble.
Mm-hmm. And tell them what.
The only thing different is drugs is 10 times more expensive.
Mm-hmm. And tell them what's the outcome of that. Let them know. You feel me? What you want?
In my 18 years in this prison, I have seen over 15 people die of drug overdoses or suicide because they could deal with the fact that they were so addicted to the drug system. And here they have meth, crack, heroin, Suboxone, like anything you want, they got it there.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is they keep saying that it's us bringing it in, but it's not us.
Right.
There's always a way for them to get it to us, so then blame us and kill us all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there's not really a rehab in here. So when you're trying to like get clean in here, there's no assistance. The only assistance you get is a reprimand, which is a ticket causing you to stay in prison a little bit longer because you don't know how to get help. You got those things coming into prison and then get no kind of recovery help. No.
Get out of here. So they just put them on loss of privileges.
That's it. You get loss of privileges. You still got to figure out how to not do it. But when you isolate it and you're an addict, what's the next thing you're gonna do? You're gonna get high.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a vicious circle. You ain't never gonna get clean.
Get out of here.
So we try to, as peers, we're trying to open doors to where we can talk to each other, where we can support each other, the ones that have overcome the addiction in prison.
Right.
To help the people who still struggle. You know what I mean? You got people in here who came to prison and they never used in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to deal with their sentences is to come to prison and get high.
See what you're subject to coming to jail? So you don't want to go to jail.
Coming to jail means death, literally. And they're not going to save you. They're going to bury you and give your bed to the next person in the county.
Shoot, they gonna give your number to the next person too. So have y'all took this to administration?
Yeah, administration thinks that there's no problem. They think it's just us. They think it's us and our families bringing drugs in. They don't realize it's their own officers. No,
I'm saying, have y'all took to them that it need to be some type of drug? Because, you know, when I was in jail many years ago, it was NA, drug class, substance abuse. They had substance abuse class, and they all that for alcohol, drugs, and all.
When I first came to prison, we used to do substance abuse class. Mm-hmm. NA and AA was ran by outside people. But right now, you got the dope dealers or the people that are getting high, is in there talking about how they get.
You have 1 minute remaining.
And the next person is going to sit next to them and tell them, I know where you can get it from. It has to be an outside source. They have to be separate from general population in order to get that first 90 days clean. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we're working on it. We got a building available that we're going to try to see if we can get opened up.
And if there's anything we could do out here, you let us know, and I'll reach out to the community. The people go see this, and I'm gonna do some research to see how we can get y'all some help on there as far as the NA and AA meetings going against all the substance abuse. You know what I'm saying?
We need people that's gonna volunteer to step in. They're willing to help us.
Okay, bet. So we go put that on the agenda. And you know, you call.
Next time I talk to y'all about me being younger. And how I got to where I am.
Okay, and we appreciate you for calling.
We can work on our way up.
That's what we go do then. Share that with us, and we appreciate you for tapping in.
I appreciate
Thank you for using GTL.
That's Women Behind Bars. Y'all tap in and hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. And if y'all got any groups out there that could help these women that willing to go into the prisons and do programs with them, you know what I'm saying? It's truly be a blessing, and you would get paid for it. I don't know what you got to do, but I'm checking too to see what you have to do, the proper channels to go to try to get that in there. That's a whole woman prison. That's where all the women at. You could benefit from that if you went to the NA, any substance abuse program. She letting you know we need it. We ain't trying to bring attention to get no lawsuit or get to jail in trouble. We want to get the women some assistance. So if y'all can help them with the treatment program, forget trying to bring it to the administration about why they ain't doing it. If y'all got access and resources, share them resources, and we get them women some help in there. That's Women Behind Bars. They're gonna be tapping in, and what I also add on is the hidden talent that we got locked away behind them bars. So we're gonna start letting them men and women tap in and share their talents, rap, sing, poems, and whole nine. So y'all stay tuned. Remember the streets ain't what it is, and it's a million stories in the inner city, and this just but one. And we getting down to them. Y'all stay tuned. And I'm Juice from the Beat Factory 313, and I'm out.